Hi Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading for January 14th through the 20th. This is going to be a general reading for the week ahead, just all areas of love. One card I'm going to pull for love. If you want a more detailed love reading, be sure to check out the Gemini love reading for January, which is already posted. And since so many of you voted for it, I'm going to do a mid-month love updates for all zodiac signs. So subscribe and hit notification for that if you're interested, as well as the other videos. I'm doing another pick a card this week as well. All right, guys, let's see what's happening this week ahead. Let's do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for Gemini. And then one card for love. For love. Okay, there's your love card, Gemini. We'll see it in just a moment. So Monday, Tuesday, you all have the star, which also came up for Scorpio. I kid you not. So some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio. Now, I just want to clarify something. The star is not associated with Scorpio. The star card is associated with the sign of Aquarius. So some of you might have Aquarius somewhere in your chart, in your moon or in your rising, or you may be dealing with an Aquarius, a significant soulmate or family member or mentor or love interest or somebody significant who's an Aquarius. The only reason why I said you might be dealing with a Scorpio is because Scorpio had this same exact card come up in the same exact spot for their weekly reading. So that's why I said that. But the association is typically with Aquarius with this card. Now, it could also be for a lot of you, you're just more so being encouraged to take on the characteristics of the star or the message of the star, which wants you to know that you might be coming out of some really hard times. You might be coming out of like having overcome some really significant things, and you might be coming out of a period of bad luck or like really struggling financially or some kind of hardship you might have been dealing with. When the star comes up, it wants you to know that the worst of it is behind you. You've been able to overcome it, and you can expect for things to get better now. Those Geminis who've been very stressed or worried about finances, another really piece of great news that comes with the star card, the star actually promises comfortable retirement. And it actually talks about like this flow of abundance coming in from more than one area or more than one avenue for like an ongoing period of time, you know, like maybe even into decades. So some of you are really beginning to come into a very healthy financial flow. And so pay attention to the ideas that are coming in right now, because your angels and guides might be preparing you or guiding you to really fix any kind of struggling that you've been having to do with material needs and like physical needs and you know, just, you know, making sure you have enough and that you can live comfortably. Your next card here, Gemini, for Wednesday, Thursday is King of Water. King of Water, it could be a water sign that you're dealing with, okay? It could be that you have water in your chart, maybe somewhere in your moon or in your rising. This video is for sun, moon, and rising, so you might be watching based on some other sun sign that you have, and maybe you are a water sign with Gemini in your moon. Maybe that's why you're watching. But when the King of Water comes up, this has to do with someone who's very charismatic, very intelligent, well-educated, potentially somebody who has traveled or seen the world. So some of you might be dealing with someone who's kind of coming in and taking you under their wing and helping you in some way. Some of you may be coming across some kind of mentor, potentially even a father figure. But another meaning for this card, and I always try to go over the different scenarios simply because not every single Gemini is going through the same exact thing at the same exact time. So I try to talk about the different ways these cards might, you know, pertain to each person's specific situation. Some of you are coming into, when I see the King of water or the Queen of Water. To me, I associate those cards with marriage in my reading. So some of you might be coming into like marital energy. Maybe you're thinking about settling down and you're attracting that kind of energy into your field. Overall, though, it could just be feeling settled. You know, maybe marriage isn't for you. Maybe you're flirting with it. Maybe you're considering it. But to me, it's like you're getting settled in your business. You're getting settled in your personal life. You're beginning to grow really sturdy roots is what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's just less of the partying. Maybe it's just more you're paying attention to the quality of your connections with others, with your friendships, with your interactions with people. You're looking for real significant connection potentially. And you're just, you know, coming into a sense of just like having your power, having your place, having your position. Your next card, my friends, is the Hanged Man. So this might be where the thing I was just talking about is picking up coming into the end of the week. When I said that you might be growing roots or you might be getting settled. Like, okay, you know what? Party's over, thinking about the future, and you're figuring out like what your life is going to be like moving forward. You're shifting into a new energy, and you might be a little bit undecided about that, or you might have decided. Maybe you're like, I know what it's going to be, and I know I want a relationship, or I want to buy a house, or I want to, you know, get married, or whatever it might be. You might have decided, but you might feel like it's not moving forward. When the Hanged Man comes up, the universe is basically putting you on a little bit of a timeout. How long it lasts, I'm going to be honest, it really has to do with us. We kind of decide how long the timeout's going to be based on how we respond to it, okay? And so the universe isn't putting you on this timeout to punish you. In my experience, typically when the Hangman comes up, it's like the universe is saying, like, look, you know what? We've heard your request. We've received your order. We're packaging it up and preparing it to ship out to you. However, please take this time to double check it. Really double check what you asked for, because you're about to get it and it might not be what you wanted. So be sure that you're clear. This is the time to really look at your plans, really look at the things that you've been trying to manifest or to call in. Are they things that you've just been calling in for a long time, and your preferences have changed and you just haven't noticed, but you're calling this thing in out of habit? Sometimes that happens. Really take some time for some reflection here on the weekend. Another thing I really want to note, Gemini, is that new moon we had last week, followed by the partial eclipse, as we're heading into another eclipse, lunar eclipse, in the following week. These are very intense energies, and that new moon energy, because of the partial eclipse, we're going to be feeling that for the next 6 months, and it's a very strong energy in terms of manifesting. So you might want to check out the new moon pick a card I did, because that's going to go a little bit more deeply into the energy and how it's affecting each of us personally, and what's going to be happening, what kind of changes you might be going through. So you're about to manifest, and the Hanged Man is asking you to really kind of double check what you're putting out there into the universe at this time, okay? Coming into your card for love for the week is Nine of Earth, okay? So some of you are being watched, and some of you are watching somebody. Okay, or maybe it's a mutual thing. Maybe you're kind of, you know, watching somebody from afar and they're watching you. This could potentially be somebody's watching you, or you're kind of snooping on somebody via social media. However, Seven of Swords is usually my social media snooper card. Nine of Earth could be somebody's watching you, like somebody that you work with, somebody who maybe sees you on the daily. They just haven't stepped up to you yet. It could be a coworker or somebody in a different department. It could be your spouse or your significant other is studying you and preparing to bring up some very serious conversations with you, and you don't even realize, you don't even know that they've just kind of been analyzing you, watching how you're responding to things, watching, like, especially if you've been dating somebody and they've been very quiet and you're just like why are they looking at me like that, or like why are they being very quiet? They're trying to make some big decisions, and they're just kind of studying you and analyzing you right now, and they're trying to figure out what you want and what you need from them, because they might be prepared or wanting to fix the relationship or take the next step. Those of you who are single, somebody, typically when I see 9 of Earth or 9 of Coins, somebody's preparing to step up to you, but they are studying you. They're trying to figure out, how can I step up to this person in a way where they're not going to turn me down? And Gemini, maybe some of you are doing that. Maybe you're watching somebody. How can I step up to this person so that they don't turn me down? But to me, this is kind of like this little bit of like a tango energy, like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's this very gradual moving forward, and it might just kind of feel like, are we doing this? Are we not? Are we doing this? Are we not? So my advice to you is, if you are in the position where you are wanting to be approached, stay busy, because that watched pot's never going to boil. We know this. Stay busy, because whatever it is that you're doing, like in that element, that's what's making you attractive. That's what's keeping you and like being you in your full energy. And this is what's drawing in that person. So don't feel like you have to chase. Just keep being you. Just keep being the real you. Okay. Another thing is 9 of Earth. A lot of the times for me is the entrepreneur or self-employment card. So some of you might be coming into a significant love interest through some self-employment endeavor. That's a possibility as well. Maybe this person was like a client of yours, or or you were a client of somebody else's, or whatever it might be. And maybe it's just like a timing thing. Like, okay, well, I don't want to be unprofessional. I don't want to overstep my boundaries. Let me wait until this business side of things is done, and then maybe I can step up to them. So some of you have that kind of energy going on as well, my dears. Be sure to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos, because that's going to bring in additional information for you. I almost don't want to say it, because it's like you're getting like a personal reading without like scheduling a private reading. However, you know, obviously I don't want to nickel and dime anybody. I will put that out there because I know it can be helpful, and I know not everybody can do a private reading right now, and I'm doing these videos to help. So sometimes that helps. Checking out your moon sign and rising sign videos are going to be helpful as well. Thank you so much, guys. Those of you who have reached out for private readings, my wait time right now is 5 to 7 days. Please be patient. Please don't get mad at me. I'm going as fast as I can. Those of you who subscribe, like, share, comment, thank you so very much. That helps me more than I can say. I'm going to be announcing a giveaway this week for having reached 20K subscribers, and I couldn't have done it without you, so thank you. Gemini, I hope you have a fabulous week. Till next week, my friends.